me, I don't know what you used to, and XYZ, it went on after that. And I was just like, yeah, like you ain't for me. You ain't for me. And from that moment forward, I did not like him no more. Because what the fuck you mean you don't know what I'm used to?
Bigger the lie, the more they believe.
Wait. Hey, welcome back, Motivation Nation. It's your host, Air Gordon. We're not going to waste any time jumping into this. She can't stand men that are not generous. I don't know what that means, but we're about to find out. So let's see what she's talking about here.
Like a man not really want to take you on a date. I feel like that's really like a man trying to humble you. Or a man that just don't want to do nice stuff, that just don't want to show up for you. Like, you trying to humble me. Or do you have a point to prove, and are you trying to show people that you could show up in my life and not do nothing for me and I'm going to accept that? I'd be confused because, like, what's the motive behind stuff? Like, don't even play with me like that. I was talking to this dude once, and he was, like, real non-generous, and I didn't like that. Like, I would notice when I brought up certain things, he wouldn't be generous, if that makes sense. And yes, I got the money to take care of it. I got it already taken care of. But if you playing a role of a man in my life, or you playing a role of somebody that I'm dealing with, or that, you feel me, you gotta lean in. You gotta lean in that position all the way. You can't just halfway be a man in my life. You gotta lean in it. You feel me?
No.
So I never forget. It was something like I had to get an oil change on my car. Like my oil light popped on. So I had the money for it.
Mhm.
But I mentioned, I'm like, I'm finna go get an oil change. He like, yeah, I gotta get one too. I'm like, it was just little minor shit like that. A relationship is transactional. So you do for me, I do for you. You do for me, I do for you. You show up for me, I show up for you.
Whoa. We got to stop that. Wow. No. I think you used the wrong word there. Transactional. No, ma'am. A transaction is you pay someone for a service. That's a transaction. No, a relationship is a partnership, and that is a community. That is two people that are trying to build. And if you can afford to pay for your own oil change, why is it that you feel as though it's necessary for him to do it? And I would also, you're leaving a lot out. I would have to beg to question, how long have you guys been in a relationship? And have you been selfish the entire time throughout this time that you guys have been in a relationship? How did you guys meet? What's the extent of the relationship? Because right now you sound awful selfish because he's not offering to pay for your oil change. He's not generous because one, you didn't ask, you just threw it out there. So you feel as though he's supposed to pick up on the hint and just pay for these things. Ma'am, you are a grown up. You have grown up responsibilities. You can't just throw your responsibilities off on a man because you are in a relationship with him. That's not your husband. So you guys are not one yet. And how do you treat him is also the thing. The problem now becomes people think that they can act, and I don't know if this is the case for her, right? Because I can only go on the information that she's given us thus far. But what I have seen is people think that they can do whatever it is that they want, and then they have this huge expectation of another person, and they're unwilling to do for that person what they want the person to do for them. But let her finish and see if she gives us a little bit more context, because right now I can't follow along with what she's saying.
That's how I feel. Everybody don't feel like that. Now I never forget, it was like 3 or 4 things. I just wanted to see if he was gonna be generous because I was always being generous. I just wanted to see. He never showed up for me like I really would have wanted him to. So one day I brought it to his attention. He told me, I don't know what you used to, and XYZ, it went on after that. And I was just like, yeah, like you ain't for me. You ain't for me. And from that moment forward, I did not like him no more. Because what the fuck you mean you don't know what I'm used to? I'm used to a man being fucking generous. I'm used to a man that accept my generosity, and in return, he's being back generous. That's what I'm used to. Sit around and use me up and not do nothing. Yeah, that shit ended real quick. I feel like a man.
Okay, so let's try to unpack a little bit more of this. Okay, so a relationship can't be one-sided as far as one person doing everything for another person. And if him saying that I don't know what you're used to pissed you off to the point where you didn't like him anymore, Well, that's a failure in communication because I feel as though you guys should be having a conversation as to why you feel the way you feel and why he feels the way he feels. Because that comes across to me as, well, if you can't do anything for me, then I don't like you. That's how I take it from based on what it is that the story that you just gave us. Now, I can step into the shoes of, well, what you're saying about, hey, you in the past you've been generous. Well, you're not with those men anymore, so they're in the past for whatever the reason that is. So those relationships didn't work. But if you are used to being generous and that guy is being generous with you, then those are guidelines and boundaries that have to be set when you guys first start a relationship. But from what I'm hearing, it's, if you're not going to do and pay for me, then I don't like you. Then I beg the question, did you ever like him to begin with? Because these are conversations that need to be had. And you're grown. So until you guys are married, I mean, he really doesn't have any obligation to take care of your financial needs. Everything that he's doing will be because he genuinely cares about you and he sees a future with you. And you're saying that you were generous, but we don't actually know what that means. And maybe that wasn't considered generous in his book. And maybe what you gave him doesn't equate to what you're asking from him. Maybe that never crossed your mind. But it seems to me, just based on what I heard, that you come across as selfish and you come across as a bit of a user from just what you said. But I don't know everything. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I can only go on what it is that I heard. And what I heard is not bothering to communicate, not being direct. You didn't directly ask him. You're giving innuendos, hoping that he picks up on them. And if he doesn't, you're pissed. You feel as though you've given more than he's willing to give you, and you're not willing to have a conversation. Immediately, you don't like him because he doesn't want to do what you want to do. Well, that explains to me why you're single, and all of the guys did, past tense, the things that you wanted them to do, and even that didn't work out. So at this point, you're going to have to sit down and ask yourself, what is the real problem, and how do I go about solving and fixing that problem? But anyway, you guys saw what I saw. You heard what I heard. It's time for y'all to jump down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you agree with her? Do you think that she needs to take a look at a few things? Or what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Out.
Back.
What do you mean by that? You broke
back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or
Well,
what portion?
Spinal.
This is garbage. I can say I bled for garbage.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.